Good late evening. I'm Jim Engle. I live at 380 Foothill, a stone's throw from Stonehouse. Tom Watt, thank you very, very much for talking about the things that are real issues to people in my neighborhood. Stonehouse is an alluvial plain. Nobody seems to understand that. At some point in the past, large amounts of dirt, water, debris, and whatnot have come down that canyon and built a flat space that he talked about. Of course there's a flat space there. It got filled in by Mother Nature. It's no longer a canyon, it's an alluvial plain. Secondly, debris basins. All you have to do is go into some form of internet activity and find out what a debris basin is. It's a very loose thing in the state of California. There are no standards. The state itself does not really provide specs that would build a successful debris basin. They overflow. Unless somebody cleans them out periodically, you got a big problem. I think it's very serious, and I dread to think what's going to happen in One Carter with that monstrosity that's built up in that canyon, and what's going to happen if we ever do get the 100-year flood, which is passed off as something they planned for. I don't think so. There's another thing. You know, this is a subdivision that's being allowed as an ad hoc, one house at a time activity. How long is it going to go on? 10 years? 5 years? 1 year? What goes with a building of a house? There's earth moving, there's cement trucks, there's delivery trucks, there's circular saws, there are all kinds of power equipment, there's roof hammers, and if this is going to go on for 10 years with this kind of noise and what's going to go on in this neighborhood, you can't approve a project that is not maybe a 2-year, maybe a 3-year project when it's done. If they want to come in there and build a lot of flat lots to sell houses to somebody, maybe, we're looking at a long-range problem for our city. And when the LLC walks away, once they've sold these lots and they walk away from this thing, guess who's holding the bag? You are, or the people who follow you on this city council. And these are going to be disasters that are going to live with this community for years and years to come. I really wanted to talk about the sign at One Carter. I thought you ought to negotiate a deal and put the damn sign up, and the top half goes to Capital Resources, the bottom half goes to Sierra Madre. On our half, put up, this site is built on a Sierra Madre fault. It's subject to wildfires. It is subject to boulders and water coming down the canyon. It's below a debris basin. Build at your own risk, because the city itself disclaims any responsibility for what happens when this eventual disaster occurs here, because the LLC has long left town, leaving you guys to hold the bag and us as residents of the city. I've lived here for 23 years, and I don't think I've been as upset about something that's going on as the disaster at One Carter, how it happened, and they were going to grade a little bit here, promises here, the trees are going to be this, going to be that. There were no specifics. This is all about comments that have been worked out with the city staff, which I do not have a lot of faith in as representing what our interests are as a city. Now, I don't know what our city manager does. Does she take the issue with these things that don't appear to really be what we should be doing in our relationships with developers and people who put this stuff together? I think there's a lot of loose ends, an enormous amount of loose ends that have to be addressed. So I'm sorry to be so forceful and to tell you where I think, but I feel that we're really headed for a major disaster here. Thank you. Good evening.